Welcome to The Explainer. You know, every single time you unlock your phone with just a glance or get a word translated instantly, you're actually part of this quiet but massive revolution. And that's what we're digging into today. The super powerful AI that doesn't live way out in the cloud, but, well, right here in your pocket.
So, let's start with a question. You use your phone's AI all day, every day. But have you ever stopped to think about where it actually lives? I mean, where does the thinking happen? Is it in some giant, far-off data center, or is it somewhere a lot closer? The answer is shifting, and believe me, it changes everything.
And that brings us to the core idea for today, on-device AI. Basically, instead of your phone sending your data on this long trip to the cloud and back just to get an answer, the intelligence is, well, it's baked right into the hardware. And this isn't some minor update, folks. No way. This is a fundamental change in how our devices, the ones we carry with us everywhere, actually work.
Okay, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about what this AI in your pocket really is. Then we'll get into why this is such a big deal right now. After that, we'll look at the big tech giants battling it out. We'll also cover the challenges they're up against, and finally wrap up with what this means for the future that's literally in your hand.
All right, let's jump right into our first section, the AI in your pocket. So what are we really talking about here?
Okay, think about this. Unlocking your phone with your face. It works instantly, right? Even when you're in airplane mode with zero connection to the outside world. How? Well, that's the magic of on-device AI. All those complex calculations are happening right there, on the device. No internet required. It's proof that the brain for that job is in your hand, not in the cloud.
So you might be wondering, okay, cool, but why is this shift away from the cloud such a big deal? Well, it's because processing AI tasks locally, it unlocks some absolutely massive, game-changing benefits.
And here they are. These 5 points really get to the heart of it. We're talking about making our tech more private, way faster, and a lot more reliable, even when you're totally offline. Let's really dig into the 2 biggest ones, privacy and speed.
First up, and this is a big one, privacy. When the AI processing happens on your device, your personal stuff, your photos, your messages, stays on your device. It never has to travel to a server somewhere. That simple fact is a huge win for security and just keeping your private life, well, private. And then there's the speed. You know that little pause you sometimes get with a voice assistant, that lag? A lot of that is just the time it takes to talk to the cloud. On-device AI just gets rid of it. The response is instant. Everything just feels snappier, smoother, more natural.
Now, with benefits this huge, you can bet the tech giants are in an all-out race to dominate this space. So let's take a look at how 3 of the biggest players, Apple, Qualcomm, and Samsung, are going about it.
What's so cool about this is that each company is literally building its own specialized AI brain right into their chips. Take Apple. They have their neural engine. This is basically a dedicated part of the chip just for AI, which is how they handle things like Face ID so securely and privately. Then there's Qualcomm. Their AI engine is the powerhouse inside most Android phones. Their whole game is about getting the most performance possible without killing your battery. And finally, Samsung, with their NPU, or Neural Processing Unit. They're using it to boost their cameras and sound, and to make all their different gadgets, from phones to TVs, work together seamlessly.
But look, trying to cram the power of a giant server farm into a tiny device you hold in your hand, that's not easy. This whole shift comes with some pretty significant hurdles that engineers are scrambling to get over.
Yeah, this is a massive technical puzzle. Your phone has just a tiny fraction of the power and battery of a cloud server, so engineers have to figure out how to shrink these gigantic AI models way down without making them dumber, and do it all without destroying your battery life. And hey, while keeping data on your phone helps privacy, it also makes the phone itself a bigger target for attackers. It's this incredible balancing act between power, size, and security.
So once we clear these hurdles, and we will, the possibilities are just mind-blowing. Let's look ahead. What does a future built on this technology actually look like? This is going to go way beyond just our phones. Imagine your smart home devices responding instantly, even if your internet is down. Think about wearable health monitors giving you critical alerts in real time, not minutes later when it might be too late. And augmented reality that feels truly real because all the processing is happening right there on your glasses. This is the future on-device AI is building for us, a future of instant, personal, and private intelligence.
This quote just nails it. This is the key takeaway.
We're moving away from devices that are just portals to the internet's brain and toward devices that have their own intelligence. It is a complete rethinking of what a smart device even is.
And that's the thought we want to leave you with. As all this intelligence moves from some distant cloud into our pockets, our cars, and our homes, our relationship with technology is about to become more personal and more immediate than ever. The only question is, what kind of partnership is that going to be?